All right, we're still in class 4, but exercise 6, class 4, exercise 6. So in this particular case, we're going to try to do one first fix, if you will, to try to fix cross-site scripting with this technique called HTML escaping. Now, the code, as we saw here, can appear in multiple places. You can have code appear. We saw it appear where it changes the style. Uh, the It can change the style. It can change the DOM. It can change the values inside the fields. It can change HTML. It can change style, or it can change JavaScript, or it can change the whole tag by itself. So tag, attribute, or JavaScript. So there's 3 different places to protect, and each one has different characters that are special to it. Like the brackets are special in one case, the script itself is special in a different place. So it's a little hard to have 3 different fixes, and that's what this last paragraph here says. It's best to just escape it on the way out. Now, there's one caveat that obviously you probably don't want to store garbage in your database, but that's a separate problem from the problem of displaying the content correctly and not getting whatever you had in the database to do naughty things on the browser. So what this instead of dealing with attributes and dealing with JavaScript escaping and fixing the elements, like we said, you just whatever you're about to put to the screen, you convert it to safe, if you will. Let's just call it safe text by escaping it, and by escaping it or encoding it to be browser friendly and to not have any special attributes and not special properties, but to behave as if it was just text. That's the purpose of this. And so the way to do this, we're going to do this. We're going to make a file and then see the problem and then see it broken and then fix it. Okay, so we're going to go make reflected.hss here. Okay, and this is just an HTML file that just has a very simple form in it, and it looks like it uses a PHP file. So that's just a form. I have to take away the local host here. That you don't have to do this part, but it'll send the first name and last name to this PHP file. So we have to create a PHP file, and the PHP file is this one. Where did it go? Come back. Come back. Okay, and they say they want the code from the end of the file here. And this is a very simple PHP file. All it does is, as you can tell, it retrieves the first name and the last name from the request and echoes it out on the screen. So it doesn't do a whole lot. All right, but it is possible, since we're taking user input, right? And we're taking user input here and just showing it up on the screen. It's entirely possible that whatever crap comes in, we will display coming out, right? That's the theory here of what's about to happen to us. So let's go back up here. And now let's look at this file. Okay. All right, first name. Yeah, well, I was going to type in a first name, but that would be pointless because obviously that works. So let's put a JavaScript and see what happens. Okay, so if we come here, say that foo for last name and send it, guess what? The JavaScript itself got executed, and as you can see it here in the code itself. It also did not. No, that's it. It showed your name. Is it supposed to show my last name too? Yeah, space and last name, so there's no last name, but so that's why, yeah, the foo didn't come out. So that's interesting. Basically, the alert stopped it. Let's see. Yeah, so now the foo comes in after the alert, because essentially the alert stops everything. And notice how the foo got added afterwards. Okay, I feel pretty smart. All right, so now let's fix the vulnerabilities. So there is a way to, there's this method called HTML special characters in PHP that will convert and basically make safe all the special characters in the text, convert them into HTML special characters, convert them into HTML friendly characters that can be displayed on the screen as characters, not as code. And so we're going to come here and fix this to before we get it ready to print out. We're going to run it through this HTML special characters, and this does take some parameter here, and code like entity quotes, essentially with HTML entities. I think we can look at what that does. Okay, so let's do the same thing here. Okay, save that puppy. And let's try it again. Okay, so now if we send it, hey, look at that. Nice. So now it converted this to HTML special characters, and it did not execute it as code. So problem solved. Right? There was no pop-up this time. And it also printed out the foo from the beginning instead of afterwards, right? So that the whole thing came out here. Okay, yay us. However, their HTML entities now instead of the actual bracket. Let's see, is there a way to tell that? I don't know how to tell that. I guess one way to do that is to yeah, it looks like a bracket anyways. It's hard to tell that it's an actual HTML entity with ampersand 23, 24 or some number after it rather than and here's the one other thing, the slash character can be a bit tricky, but the function itself doesn't do it. So we're gonna do one extra character of our own, and so here we're gonna replace slash with a HTML entity of our own. So slash is going to be escape slash is going to be this HTML entity, right? If you don't know about HTML entities, you can look them up. They all start with ampersand, and they have a unique code. So we're just going to copy that into our little Cody Doodle here. All right, and then we're going to, besides doing HTML characters, we're going to run these two more processes, or two more cleanup steps, right? We're going to replace slash with escape slash in first name and last name. And let's see what happens now. Today, please. Okay, let's see if the slash gets replaced. And now the slash also gets replaced. We wouldn't know the difference, but it does get replaced with an entity rather than the character itself, because the character can be dangerous. Okay, and that is the exercise. Exercise number 6.